Good evening, everyone. This is Cheryl and Ray coming at you from Southern Crossover Paranormal. And before we go any further, I would like to go ahead and welcome our new team member, Hannah. Okay, and today I'm going to give you a tour of Rotten Bayou Cemetery. Its name does not do it justice. It's one of the prettiest cemeteries I have ever had the pleasure to do some paranormal research. It's a huge 40-acre cemetery on the north side of Diamond Head. It was donated to Hancock County in 1893. Family burial plots were free as long as these plots were clearly marked off. Because of this, Rotten Bayou Cemetery has become famous for its fences, ranging from ornate wrought iron to simple white picket, and from elaborate brick to modern-day chain link. Early funeral processions came here by boat before roads were even built. The Rotten Bayou Cemetery is 300 years old. There's also a pauper section for residents who could not afford to bury their loved ones. Unfortunately, after Hurricane Katrina blew through the area, the markings on those graves were destroyed. Allow me to show you a small clip of that. I had spoke with a coroner who had worked there in 1998, and he was telling me about the body of an unidentified woman who was given the name Jane Doe and was buried in Rotten Bayou. But again, because of Hurricane Katrina, her records were lost along with a lot of other records, and nobody knows exactly where she is buried. Okay, enjoy the rest of Ray's beautiful drone footage, and then we'll get on with the tour that I'm about to give you, okay? Okay, guys, I don't know how the film on, I'm using a different device right now, a different phone that I just got, because I kill the batteries on the other ones all the time, and so it's good to have as many devices I have to record. So we're going to record with this device for a minute. We are back at Rotten Bayou Cemetery, one of me and Ray's favorite cemeteries here in Diamond Head, Mississippi, okay? We have caught lots of evidence here in the past. And Ray, my husband, is trying his drone out right now. He's getting his drone fixed because we're going to start flying our drones. So that's what he's doing right now. And I'm going to go ahead and walk around and give you a day tour, okay? We'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around, kind of give you a tour of everything. So, like I said, I don't know how good this footage will be or how clear it will be because I am using another device. We'll start over here. This is one of the, it's called Rotten Bayou. I mean, it's a cool name. But it's a beautiful cemetery, and it just doesn't fit it, you know? Like these two right here, look at how old these are. These are two children's graves. You can't see the date. One of the headstones is broke. And here, this is also a grave, but you don't see the headstones in that. We'll move on. No, that's pretty, is it not? That's gorgeous. And it's a very sandy cemetery, and that's what I love about it. All right, moving on. It's got some very old grave sites, and if I seem to be going fast, I apologize. I don't have very much light left, and I want to get in as much as I can for y'all to see how gorgeous this place is. So, and there's some very old graves here as well. It also has some victims of the yellow fever when it swept the Gulf Coast in the late 1800s, early 1900s. These two are very old graves, but it still has just the iron cross on it. It doesn't quite have the, look at here, these are the little baby graves. I'm gonna take you around. See, they just have the iron crosses and they're little baby graves. So I'm pretty sure it happened. And here's the rest of them. As you see, all of these are graves. And there you go. Somebody has came through and put little prayers on them. But they all have the iron. This one had a little tombstone, but I believe it fell and broke. And I don't know if I should handle it. I don't know. Let's see. No, it doesn't have a name on it. So I'm going to put it back. But they all are... Oh, here's a couple of tombstones that are on these graves. Yeah, but they don't have dates on them. But they're very old, as you can see. They have been around for a minute. Here's another baby one. As you can see, the two little baby ones over there. Right here. And they're all through here. So I'm assuming it's a whole family and they all perished at the same time. There's a couple of old ones, 1870 to 1936. So, okay, we're gonna move on. I wanna show you some more. And like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm going to take you to the older part of the cemetery because me being a history buff, the older parts of the cemeteries are always my favorite parts. So like I said, I'm going to be walking a little fast because it's on the other side over there. And I don't have much daylight left. But once the night hits and Ray and I will start our investigation. So, but it's beautiful here. Just so you know, it's gorgeous. So just walk with me and point out anything you want to if you see something that doesn't that looks out of place, okay? But here we go. We're gonna start over here. This right here is where I've captured most of my evidence. So I really think it's gorgeous. I'm gonna start at the end and work my way up. Let's try to get as much in. Now it is a sandy cemetery. There's a lot of sand here. So, but I'm gonna start at this end over here and give you a tour. Now, the first place I really want to show you, and if I can find the picture or I'll get the picture, I'll add it in on this. Ray he always catches the best evidence. I don't know, he's just got a knack for it. But this brick structure you see here, he was filming over here. And right over there in them woods, because we came back the next night to see if it can be debunked, there was a lady in a dress, and it was the kind of dress that was 1800, it was 1800 periods. And she was standing right over here. So I'm going to see if I can find that picture and share it with you, okay? Now, this I'm using as the backdrop for right now to my YouTube channel. It's one of my favorite, for some reason, let me get a little further from it. It's one of my favorite structures. I just love it. Okay, we're gonna move on because we don't have much time left, so I can't go into too much detail on some of this stuff because we really don't have a whole lot of time left. Here, like I said, I love these old iron fences. I love them. So 1851 to 1923. And it looks like there's a homemade stone here. And 1850 and 1851. So I'm not sure that's all that says. I don't know. And I really don't have time to get into the detail or find out right now because I want to get as much in as I can. I want y'all to see what we see. All right, here's a couple of more old ones. 1863 to 1928. And they're old. And then this one reminds me of Texas because, you know, the cactus and stuff. And that's what you see a lot of. Here's another one with the iron gates. 1862, 1840. See, I don't get that. How is that? 1840, I don't know. 1862 to 1929. And that one makes more sense. I don't get the 1862, 1840. I guess she was born in yeah, okay, never mind. Duh. Sorry, y'all. And it looks like we have some crosses that fell here. So that's pretty cool. And another iron fence here. 1847, 1922. Okay, moving on, because like I said, we don't have a whole lot of time. Okay, and here is some older tube stones, and it did have a fence around it. But 1907, 1926, 1901, and 1918. Okay, we're gonna move on. Another iron fence. And here's another baby grave. It don't have a date on it. Yeah, it does. 1874. It was born in 1873 and died in 1874. And it's a child's grave. We're going to move along so I can get as much in as I can. And this is pretty cool. This tombstone right here. Now I can't see the dates on it, but as you can tell, it's pretty old. Moving on. Now that's a pretty statue, is it not, y'all? Look at her. She's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Okay, moving on. We have another old iron fence here that seems to broke down. And here we have, he was a military. Thank you for your service, sir. And then we have a wooden mark. We're gonna move on. They must have just renewed that because it is in an old wired iron gate, but they look new. Well, no. He died in 1947 and his wife died in 1976. Okay, we're moving on. Another iron gate. And like I always tell you, I love these iron gates. I absolutely love them. Here, they'll sit, and I think it's a culture thing here, but you'll see this a lot, what they enjoy drinking or smoking or Mardi Gras beads or stuff like that. And I guess his drink of choice was the Michelob Ultra Light. So that's what they'll put on the grave. And this is an odd looking one. And here we have 1890 and 1920, but sure is small. Okay, we're gonna move along. Again, I don't have very much time, and I want to get as much in as I can. I want y'all to see as much as I can. Now, these are pretty old. They look old. Well, not really. 1907 and 1983, and they're wood. They're wooden. And this is an older one. We're gonna move on. Now, one of my favorite ones that I like to, I've even had taken pictures of. And here's some more iron gates. Let's go look at this one real quick. I see the dates on them. Uh, 1861 to 1890. Okay. All right. And, but back to what I was saying. This right here, I believe is the oldest one out here. As you can tell, it's pretty cool. And I believe the date was, yes, born in 1821 and died in 1851. So yeah, there you go. And it is the oldest one here. It even has weed life coming from it. So I thought it was pretty cool. There comes my hubby testing his new drone. I'm so excited about that, y'all. Look at that. I'm truly excited about that. See? I'll go out close up. There it is. And now we'll be able to get some footage from the sky. How do you feel about your drone, honey?
Love it.
You love it? You gonna let me look at the... Yeah, it's hard to see from... Yep, I see it. Oh yeah, I was just showing him that tombstone too. So we have that now. But I'm gonna move on because I only have a little bit of daylight left and I want y'all to see this during the day. So here we go. Why does it smell like something's burning? Does it smell like something's burning to you? Oh, I thought. Okay. Sometimes they say... That's pretty old. Sometimes they say when you smell a burning scent like that, like a burning wood or something, they say that there's a demonic presence around. Now, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. He don't scare me. Whoever, they don't scare me. But that's what they say. Oh, look at them two little baby graves here. So yeah, moving along. And all of these are wooden crosses here in this iron gate, and they don't have any names. So, and this one looks fairly old. Look at here. It's already cracked. I'm not sure if I can get a date off of it. Maybe you can, but yeah. Okay, moving on. As you can see, we're losing light. This one is 1855 to 1876. So I believe they were, what, 23, 25 years old? And here's a very, oh, and that gate's even open. It's even open. That's cool. And these are, you can't see the dates, but you can, as you can tell, they're all pretty old. So, yeah, okay. Moving on. Another iron gate. I love these iron gates, and you will not see them anymore. You will barely see them. And see, this was an iron gate, but it looks like they painted it silver, which is fine. They could be doing that to preserve it, you know, because the ones you do see, most of them, are falling apart. And I can't see a date on those. Aw, look at this one, y'all. This one is so small. It is so small. I can't see the date on it either. But it is so small. It is so itty bitty. Here, let me walk away and give you an idea. Itty bitty, 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 bitty. All right, moving on. Let's see. Now, like I said, this one over here, this cemetery, there is a lot of paranormal activity. And look, here you got another row of graves. You got two little baby graves here, with no dates or no names. They're babies. and another one, like a child's grave. Okay, so I'm almost positive they were victims of the yellow fever. And there's a whole row. That's adult. That's an adult, an adult. So this very well could be, let me give you another angle. Very well could be a family. And there's some more over here. So I'm not sure. Now, he was born February 16, 1929, and died in September 12, 1986. Mr. Torrey Cleburne Jones, thank you for your service. Okay, we're going to move on. A couple of another one, old ones, 1840. Born in 1840, but it doesn't give you a date when they died, so I'm not sure. Another old one. Okay. We're gonna move along because as you can see, we are losing light. So I'm on a mission here. And here you go. You got another row of graves. I got you in the oldest part. Well, isn't that just creepy? Upside down cross. Look at that. Crazy. I'm giving you a tour of the oldest part because that's all I have time for. Like here's a whole long thing of iron gates. Sometimes you will see these wooden ones. So there you go. And another row of wooden crosses. Oh my goodness. These even have little footstones. Look, y'all. They're all children. And the dates is 1933, and that's about when it happened. Like I said, the late 1800s to the early 1900s. It was very bad. And here, these are all children of the same family. And they even have little footstones. Now, these look pretty old. Let's see. 1880 and died in 1909. 1878, 1907. So, and then here's another row with the wooden crosses, another family. And like I said, I'm almost positive it was the yellow fever because it killed a lot of people here. Here's some older ones here. And like I said, I'm kind of rushing this because I don't have a lot of time. So we're going to move on. A couple of older ones here. Almost looks like a sandbox, huh? Here's some older ones here. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Moving along. We're going to move along. Now, what you see these days when they're being fenced in is these chain link fences. That's what they're using, which is fine. But it's just, I just like the old iron fences. Oh, that's a beautiful looking statue there. And like this. Now, they must have had to redo this because as you can tell, another whole family. So sometimes they'll tear down these iron fences. That's a real tiny one too, y'all. Look how tiny that is. Okay, and then there's, I think I showed you this, the chicken wire, I guess you call it, with the wooden crosses. And some more iron fences. And 1931 is when they died. And here's some more chicken coop that they use now, wooden chicken coop, which I like that. I think that's really cool. Oh, that's a pretty statue. I'm gonna walk in the middle of these two. Look at that. That was really pretty. All right, moving on, because again, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time. So let's see how much more trouble we can get into here before I end this, which I'm just about done with the older part anyway. So we're gonna walk right. I smell that burning sensation again. It smells like tires. I think somebody's burning tires. But here's another one. Kind of looks old. We're gonna move on real quick. I see some over here that looks kind of old. There you go. And it's just like that. It's just a whole row of them. I truly do smell like burning tire though, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. But this is the oldest part, okay? I just wanted to share with you the oldest part. We're fixing to get on with our investigation in a little while because it is starting to get dark. And I just kind of, there's that statue I was talking about, y'all. Look at that. He's big too, it's pretty cool. And kind of just get started with our investigation. So, well, that concludes our day tour of Rotten Bayou Cemetery. Now we are fixing to do an overnight investigation, and that will be on part 2. So, coming at you from Southern Crossover Paranormal. Remember, everyone must cross over. We will see you on the other side, my friends. Good night.